Hey, and welcome to Unholy Cathedral, the 5th level in Inferno. Now, we don't want to go in that door there. There's a bunch of imps that will scratch our eyes out. We do want to come in here, but I want to show you that there are 4 doors at the entrance here, all of them teasing you to go in different directions. I like the idea of the openness here, but really, only the 2 middle doors here are viable. So as you can see here, there's a bunch of imps in there, that's what we were talking about. And here is the central teleporter puzzle. Now as you can see, when we teleported in there, we opened one of the chambers. We have to figure out where to do that 3 more times if we want to open up the other 3 chambers. And as you can see, there are teleporters dotted around here. Shotgun there, we'll grab that. When you go into that teleporter there, it takes you back to the center. So you really want to be going into the one that's flashing, because that takes you away from this area. Leads you to this lovely room full of pinkies. Now this is a very basic room, but we want to try and take care of these pinkies here before they go into the teleporter, because otherwise they'll just kind of chase us through the level. But yeah, this level's got a lot of teleporters and they lead you all over the place, backwards and forwards. It's probably one of my bigger critiques of this level, because sometimes it's just very easy to get completely stymied by where these teleporters lead. If you find yourself in an area that you're not ready for, it can happen in this level, because that's just the way that they designed this level. And unfortunately, there's not much. If you're going for 100% kills, or you want to get all the good items in this level, you kind of have to find a way through it. Luckily, if you grab the blue key, which is in this room, it is entirely possible to skip pretty much all that headache. As you can see, there's switches here, and we have to lower down the chain gun and the blue key down. It is entirely possible to skip all of that, but if you're going for all the weapons and such, you kind of have to deal with the teleporters. And as I mentioned, there's 4 chambers. 3 of them are easy to work out, but one of the ways, which includes the yellow key chamber, unfortunately requires you to go well out of your way, which I'm not a huge fan of. But yeah, now that we've got the blue key, we can take out this Baron here. You don't even have to fight this Baron. There's a teleporter behind one of the crushers in that room. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Not so much. Okay, Baron, stop showing me off. There's quite a few Barons on this level, so that's something else you've got to think about. Luckily, he didn't get me there. But yeah, there's a lot of secrets in this level. There's a lot of weird secrets. We'll be coming to that room later on. That room's got the teleport that opens up the yellow key chamber, but the other 3 chambers you open up by walking into the center area through different doors, and the only way you can find that out is through trial and error. So for example, to our right here, once I've taken care of these enemies, there's a teleporter. If you walk through that, there's a chance it might open one of the chambers in the middle. And that's one of the things I really don't like about this level. There's a lot of trial and error. You've got to try and try and try and try. So you can see this leads us to the lava pit. So I'll show you what I mean here. We open this up, and this opens up another chamber here. So there's no kind of indicator on which one that was going to open up. There's 8 doors that lead into like the teleporters around this chamber here. So that means you've got to basically go through all of them to test out what they all do, and only then will you realise that the 4th chamber doesn't open up. It's very convoluted, and it's a really weird way of doing this teleporter puzzle. It's a shame, because I think this level is kind of well designed. I really like, so you can see here we've opened up the 3rd chamber, but the 4th one we kind of have to go out of our way to open up, and the level doesn't really tell you that. So I can imagine a lot of players got so frustrated with this over the years, and I'm not surprised. When I did my levels that were most disliked, I wasn't really surprised to see this level kind of feature in the bottom tier, just because it's so frustrating. Inferno's got this really weird thing where a few of the levels are really experimental, and the ones that use teleporters too much, in my opinion, really suffer through that experimentation. As you can see, there's 8 doors that lead into here, and they all lead into different teleporters, so it is complete potluck where you end up. But as you can see, the level does kind of have a nice design to it, because you sort of go in a circle. So there's a secret here. I'm just going to kill the pinky here. There's a lost soul with a light amplification goggle here. We're not picking that up because we don't need it. I don't really know why it's on this level, to be honest. This is the room filled with imps that we could have come to at the start, but with just 50 bullets, it's kind of a slog, and, you know, don't really fancy doing that. So we come into this room here, there's a bunch of demons. So, obviously, if you come in here from a pistol start, you haven't got the shotgun at this point. So this room, especially after that imp room, is pretty nasty. So you're going to be wanting to run in here and grab the plasma rifle. This level's got 2 traps in it, and it's weird because this trap's pretty much nothing. Like, once you grab the plasma rifle, you can sort out those pinkies no problem. There's a few Caco demons kind of hidden away. Oh, there's one there. I could hear him running around. There's the second Caco demon. There's a third one here. Yeah, we'll take out the pinky here. As I said, I do like the design of this level. I just feel that that central puzzle is just so obscure and so mean to new players. I reckon a lot of people, yeah, this is a pain floor. So the only way to not get hurt on here is to come into this secret here, which is just mean. And it just confirms my feelings on this level, that it's just a bit too mean in my opinion. Like, there's no reason you can't just put a rad suit before this room, but no. So you had to go through that teleporter there, which is kind of out of the way, to get in here to get to the yellow key. So what do you get for picking up the yellow key, I hear you wonder? Well, first things first, you have to find the yellow door. And guess what? The yellow door is here. And yeah, you get a supercharge and a chainsaw. Not even slightly worth it. That's another thing I don't like about this level. Some things are just really weirdly kind of designed. Like, why is the yellow door so hidden? You can run into the exit there, but this is the second trap in this level. And this is arguably the highlight of the level for me, because you can grab the BFG here, hit this switch here, and then you can just have some fun in this level. Like, the BFG, getting the BFG here makes this a lot easier. If you really want to cheese this fight, you can come and stand outside this door once you've opened the switch. But obviously, I'm going to just do this. This is a really fun fight. Like, it's probably the best fight in this whole level. So, you know, you might want to just come here just to enjoy it. But if you want to save ammo for Mount Erebus, then, you know, don't bother. But yeah, getting the BFG in the middle of this fight is pretty nice. The thing is, I don't hate Unholy Cathedral. I think it's kind of well designed in a lot of aspects. It looks great. It's got a nice ambience to it, and it's got a certain atmosphere that I think only Inferno really has. But my problem is that central teleporter puzzle is so obscure and kind of mean, to the point where a lot of new players will just not find enjoyment in it. Because once you get stuck in that central puzzle, the game basically forces you to use trial and error. And in my opinion, once a level starts forcing you to do trial and error to get through like a puzzle on that scale, and it's that obscure in kind of telling the player how to solve it, I just don't think it's fun. And I think it loses quite a lot of marks on that. I know some people will disagree with that assessment, but that's just my personal opinion on Unholy Cathedral. It's a well-designed level that is let down by a gimmick that really drags it down a few levels. But hey, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.